In 2003, a CIA declassified a 20-year-old document on leaving your body. Page 25 was missing. To explain how it worked, they didn't cite a monk or a guru or a priest. They cited a medical equipment engineer named Itzhak Bentov. Two questions hang over this whole thing. What did Bentov discover that was significant enough for the U.S. government to consider it credible for a report? And the second thing that's more important and the one nobody's asking, if he was so far ahead, why did the trail go cold after he died in a plane crash? Stay with me, because the answer to the second one is the part they couldn't classify and the part they couldn't build. The document was real, analysis and assessment of the gateway process, written by an Army lieutenant colonel named Wayne McDonnell. You can pull it off the CIA's own reading room right now. And McDonnell has a problem. He's been handed the Monroe Institute's gateway tapes, binaural audio that's supposedly pushing soldiers into out-of-body states, and he has to explain, in the language of physics, how a pair of headphones could possibly do that. So he goes looking for a model. He lands on Bentov, not literally. He says in plain bureaucratic English that he used Bentov's model to work out the physical side of the process. The body as an oscillator, synchronized brain hemispheres, slipping into what he calls the universal hologram. From there, the report spirals outward into quantum mechanics and the idea that consciousness can click out of space-time entirely. And that's the part the internet loves, the astral projection, the missing page, the hologram, the spooky bits. But the spooky bits aren't the discovery, they're the conclusion. The conclusions are cheap. The actual discovery, the load-bearing thing the whole report rests on, is boring enough that everyone skips past it. Consciousness runs on resonance. The body is not a passive lump that the mind sits inside. It's a tuned instrument, and altered states aren't summoned by belief. They're what happens when the instrument is tuned to the right frequency. It's not mysticism, that's mechanics. And it didn't come from the CIA at all. It came from one man who spent his days fixing medical instruments. Itzhak Bentov was an Israeli-American biomedical engineer. He built medical instruments for a living, cardiac catheter technology among them. He was a tinker, a systems guy, a man who can look at the body and instinctively ask, what is this thing oscillating at? In 1977, he published Stalking the Wild Pendulum, and the central idea is almost embarrassingly physical. Your heart beats. The pulse drives a faint standing wave through the whole body, set up by the heart and the aorta. The body settles into a rhythm, down in the low single-digit hertz range, and here's the detail that should raise the hair on your arms. That frequency sits right around 7 to 8 hertz, almost exactly the Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic frequency of the Earth itself. The HeartMath Institute has confirmed this. Bentov's claim, when you go deeply still, these systems stop fighting each other. Heart, brain, fluid, cells, they entrain. They lock into one quiet oscillation, and in that state, the body is no longer just receiving experience. It's tuned to the same frequency as the field around it. The brain, he argued, was less a generator of mind and more a receiver, an instrument picking up a broadcast. The CIA read that and thought, this is testable. That's how an engineer's hobby model ended up inside a classified intelligence assessment. But Bentov's model has a gap, a big one. It explains explicitly what happens when you reach the state, the resonance, the entrainment, the tuning. It does not tell you how to get there on purpose. Bentov mapped the physics of the destination. He never drew the road. Like the neuroscience, his model is necessary and still not sufficient. And he knew it. He spent his last years trying to close that gap. And the reason he never did is the saddest, strangest part of the whole story. On May 25th, 1979, Itzhak Bentov boarded American Airlines Flight 191 out of Chicago. The plane lost an engine on takeoff and went down within seconds. It remains the deadliest aviation accident on American soil. Bentov was killed instantly. He was 56, and he died 4 years before the CIA report that would make his model famous. He never saw the government take him seriously. He never saw Bentov's oscillator cited in a classified document, and he never got to do the thing he was clearly building toward, turn the model into a method. So look at what we're actually left holding. An engineer's physics of consciousness, Bentov, validated, improbably by the government's own analysis, the Gateway Report. Two independent sources pointing at the exact same thing, that consciousness is a tunable resonant state and the body is the instrument. And between them, nothing. No practice, no protocol, a mechanism with no method. They had the mechanism, nobody ever built the method. And here's where I lose the conspiracy crowd, so let me say it clearly. You think what's missing is a secret, the redacted page 25, the classified follow-up, some technique the government buried because it was too powerful. That's the story everyone wants, but it was never a secret. There was never a missing technique. What's missing is mundane and enormous at the same time. A meditation that does deliberately what Bentov model describes happening by accident. One that empties the system down to that quiet, resonant floor and tunes you to it on purpose every time, instead of leaving it to whether you happen to get still enough that day. The empty state. Bentov found the frequency, he just never built the dial. That's the natural progression he didn't live to see, and it has a name. It's called the quantum field initialization. And the first phase, the one the entire system is built on, is quantum vacuum calibration. As with all of our protocols, that name is very direct. Vacuum. We empty it out, get rid of all the noise and the thoughts and the static until you're sitting on that quiet floor Bentov was discussing. Then the resonant baseline, that 7.83 hertz Schumann resonance, we tune to it on purpose. That's the calibration part. Not an accident. It's the empty state meditation, the one that Bentov never got to build, sitting on top of the model the government already found credible enough to report on. But it's done on purpose with accuracy and control and engineering. And here's the part I think, aside from the engineering, that would have made Bentov happy. It's free. The field that Bentov spent his life mapping, and that the CIA and other organizations tried to document, is part of your experience as a living being, an aware consciousness. So it's not for sale. It doesn't belong to anybody. It belongs to everybody. So we want you to access it for free. The Firebringer, we take the thing that was kept from you and put it in the hands of the people who deserve it. So phase one is free. It's there now. You can check the link all around me. Run it more than once before you judge it. Early sessions are conditioning, not a verdict. You're retuning a nervous system that's been out of key for a while. And then journal. We do like our subjective experience reports. If you'll mark down what you experienced and send it to us, great. If you don't want to send it to us, you still should write it down, make a journal entry, and then ask yourself the one question. Did the noise actually drop, or were you just thinking quieter? They had the mechanism. Bentov had the model and the map. Now you have the method. I'll see you on the other side.